Maayong adlaw sa tanan. I begin today by acknowledging the traditional custodians of this land where I live. It's an island called Panay in the Philippines, and I extend my respect to the elders, past, present, and emerging. My name is Raz Salvarita, and I am an artist, a cultural worker, and activist based here in the Philippines. And I would like to begin this presentation with a video to share. So please have a look.
Iloy, duta ng taban, ginabatyag ka namo. Ginabatyag ang sakit nga kahimtang tungod sa dako nga abuso sa kalibutan. Ikaw nagahatag sang tanan nga kabuhi. Buhi nga hangin para sa katawhan. Buhi nga tubig, buhi nga kakahuyan. Buhi nga pulso sang imo gugma sa tanan. Kami nga mga Iloy sa panimalay, saksi sa nagabag-o nga klima sa adlaw-adlaw, nga nagadala sang peligro, bagyo, baha, kabudlay. Pero ari kami nagatindog para magbulig, nagatawag sa tanan nga mga kababayenan, mga kabataan, mga amay kag sa tanan. Kita magbinuligay sa pagbuso sang kausa. Aksyonan ta ang banta sang klima. Aksyonan ta ang dako nga gugma para sa tanan, para sa kalibutan, para sa henerasyon nga nagabunga sa sining tion.
The video illustrates one of the results of a group collaboration working with women farm workers as part of the climate campaign initiative, which was shown during the COP26 at Glasgow in Scotland as part of the ITAC climate project, which crafted the direction towards my current endeavor in progress, the Museum of Climate Memory. I proposed creative endeavor through the mentorship program of the Brains Klaus Fund and Gotti Institute called CAREC, or Cultural and Artistic Responses to Environmental Change. The stepping stone towards this current creative endeavor was my art project back in 2021 and 2022 with the International Teaching Artists Collaborative, or ITAC, which focused on multiple stakeholders collaboration while I was living in a farm on the island of Panay in the Philippines. The collaborations happened during the penumbra of the COVID-19. It was encapsulated within the theme titled Unmasking Climate Injustices, Voices from the Past, Present, and Emerging Generation. It was motivated as an artistic uprising through different engagements with farmers and pottery crafters, women farm workers and vegetable vendors, teachers and students, fellow artists, and the local community council members. The event was a first artistic engagement among the participants and the community as a whole. Thus, we aspire to continue building transformative creative collaborations onward through the current in-progress work of the Museum of Climate Memory. This has become an important form of a case study to the discoveries of working around socially engaged arts practice that fully contributed to deeper curiosities and awakening of the creative spirit when the opportunity of engagement is rooted in the intentionality of amplifying the voices of the grassroots communities. And this was really apparent with the kind of active participation of the community members, especially those who have become fully activated to share their experiences, and also with the intentional sense of conveying their experience within the spectrum of time in connection to climate change, and also opening up to the conversation concerning climate injustices. The Museum of Climate Memory is designed as a platform, a repository, and as a space for exchange in relation to inspire and mobilize community climate actions, especially in pockets of places where occurrence of climate-induced disasters are rampant and rapidly changing memories of land and the ecosystem as a whole. Think of the Museum of Climate Memory as a community hub in local communities where one can learn about the science of climate change while also integrating local and traditional knowledge, understanding, and a collective social imagination about the issue. A space to serve as a common ground for discussions, especially on disaster risk management. As such, this project, part of the objectives is to help process stories related to climate change in terms of the effects and the impacts, while also expanding a sense of hopefulness for a transformative and conscious adaptation to sustainable practices. And it's really to inculcate that sense of responsibility among individuals, especially looking at connections with intergenerational exchanges among community members where the experience of the elders become an important stories, important lessons, an important thing to discuss with the young people, so that a conversation like that can fully integrate in the ability of the younger generation, including myself, but most especially the young ones, to get the message across that as young people they can actually influence their future to become more resilient, to become more healthy and peaceful. It's something that we really fully aspire as a community, but because of the current challenges, it's that kind of difficulty that we try to bridge the gap through this arts project. In addition, a weaving and pottery workshop exchange with artisans will see stories and anecdotes coming from different parts of the world, which will be handwritten and will be interwoven with the materials that we will be using to create vessels out of grass or coconut leaves. We also think of replicating objects that will bring about stories of climate experience by using clay as material to create the form of the object, which will then be curated and be placed as part of the installation pieces inside the Museum of Climate Memory. As this is an ongoing process at the moment, we foresee an event that will hold a rotational exhibition, a dialogue space, workshop exchange, a place to celebrate stillness, ritual, ceremony practices within an installation space. We would like to embark in a shared experience within a circle that can help cultivate cultural and artistic responses to environmental change. So this is sort of like the direction that we'd like to open up especially for those communities, different groups of people that can be part of this ongoing process of creating, basically. There's a statement from my former professor that my community-based art interweaves. It states that environmental problems are emotional. Second, it states that environmental solutions are technical. And lastly, it states that environmental decisions are political. But I believe that what can help grant a paradigm shift is a full-scale activism to regenerate heightened consciousness of a way of living that comes from a heart of reciprocity, replicating the organic giving nature of the natural environment. And so, this is an invitation for you out there to perhaps organize your Museum of Climate Memory, as I hope that such public platform or space can be replicated in pockets of communities to contribute in learning, interrelating, and interconnecting of people's stories, experiences, visions, ideas, and collaborative spirit to join together in housing a commune of climate memory. So I hope that this is something that can really flourish in different places all over the world, and that please let me know if it's something that you would like to collaborate with or to connect with, or plainly just to have a conversations to expand this vision of a museum of climate memory.